Today we're going to talk about new equipment versus used equipment. And boy, this is a big topic and we could get into a lot of detail on it. I'm going to try to keep it as short and sweet as I can and get to the real good stuff. New equipment, one of the pluses for new equipment is that you can buy new equipment and get a payment plan to go with it. Some of the payment plans are absolutely great. You can get 0% rates and things like that. And stretch your payments out to where they're very affordable. On the used equipment, you're only going to be able to get that equipment on a cash type sale. So if you're going to finance or need to finance a piece of used equipment, and we're talking about stuff that's $10,000 or less. I'm talking mainly on the large commercial mowers and stuff. If you find a piece of used equipment, you're going to have to come up with the cash for it, or be able to get a personal loan, or have an existing loan that you can tap into, like a home equity line of credit or something like that. But on the used side, you're going to have no payment options versus a payment option over here on this side. And the difference is going to be whether you can come up with the money or whether you need to buy that piece of new equipment and go ahead on and finance it. That's something that you have to weigh out for yourself, for your business. And the beauty of it, I have seen this happen. A couple of guys will buy a machine on a payment plan, and they will have enough business that they go ahead on and pay the machine off quickly. And that is a really good thing. That's beautiful when you have a piece of equipment that's paid off and it's generating income for you. Warranty versus no warranty. A lot of people are scared to death to buy a machine with no warranty. Of course, we know that on most of the commercial grade machines you get 2 years. Used is 0. And let's talk about what you can do to safeguard yourself on the used machine. And this is probably going to take up the most time right here. I'm going to be fast. On a used machine, take the machine home if you possibly can. If it's at a dealer location, take it home and check it out and run it for a whole day. Look under the deck, look on top of the deck, look all around the frame of the machine, look around the motor, check for oil leaks, look under the motor, check for oil leaks and stuff underneath the bottom of it. If you see a bunch of sand or dirt or something, take a towel or something, wipe it off, and make sure it's not leaking. If you get a machine that's got 2,000 hours on it or more, you're going to need to be a little bit more careful in checking it out. And the reason is, I've found, because I've run a lot of machines way past 2,000 hours, and you're gonna find out that your deck and stuff will maybe want to start cracking. Not on all machines, but you have to look. You have to remember that machine is sitting there running as hard as it can go day in and day out. It's got sand, it's got dirt, gravel, everything else passing through that deck, and it's taking a beating up under there. And you can get blades that are a little bit unbalanced, can cause just a little bit of vibration, could start a crack. And once a crack starts, it just keeps on creeping. And if you catch the crack and weld it, you can stop it. But you don't want to see a crack all the way through top of a deck or anything like that. So check the deck, top and bottom, and get your little scrub brush if you think you see something, and scrub it down to the paint. Usually you'll see a paint chip or something like that where it's cracked. The other thing is, check your motor out really well. If you're able to take a mower home from a dealer, cut on some good, nice, flat, level surface that you can really take a good look and see how that mower is performing. If it's cutting a nice, level, even surface. Take the belts off of the deck and check each blade and see if there's any loose motion or play in the spindle bearings. That can be an expensive little. One spindle bearing is $150 on some machines, and some of them are maybe even more than that. So, you know, 2 of them is $300. So, you know, I'm just look at your belts, make sure there's no cracks and all that kind of good stuff. But I mean, a used machine is a used machine, so you know you're going to expect to have some things on it that's not going to be exactly perfect. But expect the normal wear and tear kind of things. Just really check that deck out and scrutinize it, because it's what's going to take the beating, and the frame and the check all around the motor for leaks and those kind of things. But you want to be heavily scrutinize anything that has over 2,000 hours on it. Once you get past the 2,000 hour mark and you start going to 3,000, you're going to find out that the motor on those machines is going to be, you know, what you really need to check out. So keep those, the more time, the more wear and tear you get, and the more, you know, it's hard on that motor. So you got to keep all that in mind. It's kind of like a car with mileage on it. You know, if you got a car that's got 100,000 miles on it, it's going to have a certain amount of wear and tear. 200,000 is going to have. So same thing with the mower. Full price versus half price, new versus used. Full price. In my example, I purchased a Gravely 260Z about a year ago. I paid $5,500 for it. It had a little over 100 hours, I think 125 or something like that. Had 125 hours on it. The new version of that mower with the hydraulic deck and the 60 inches, all that, with the, it had a 25 Kawasaki on it, and I like the little Kawasaki's. So that machine, $5,500. New was $9,500. So it's a $4,000 savings. But we fall back up in here. We fall into this payment versus a cash sale, and we burst, or full price versus half price. It wasn't quite half price, but it was a $4,000 savings. Now I'd have to either cut $4,000 worth of grass or whatever to make up the difference in the price of the two machines. In my case, I don't like to finance anything, so I went ahead and purchased the machine, and it was just like new. And to me, it was a $4,000 savings, and it was like I bought a new machine now. I had no warranty. I felt everything on this side. I had to pay cash, no warranty, but I did get it for half price. But the bottom line was that the savings outweighed the warranty, and it outweighed the cash sale part of it, about not, you know, financing and all that, because I'd much rather get it for less. So it all depends on what you want to do and how you want to set it up. So keep that in mind, new versus used. And that goes with weed eaters and other types of equipment too. Now, you can get into a little bit different whole conversation with weed eaters and stuff. And I found out some of the best used equipment to buy is at the end of the season, around September, October. Some of the guys who start up with this type of business throw in the towel and they say it's not for me. And they sell mowers, blowers, trailers, weed eaters, everything except for what they may use at home. And you can find some really good buys out there, but you have to keep your eyes open, keep your eyes on the little bargain traders, watch out on Craigslist, that kind of thing. But I've found some really super fantastic deals on small equipment. So keep that in mind, you know, when you get to the end of the year and you're looking for some equipment, that you might be able to find it out there. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, new versus used equipment.